as much as I love my Twilight Zone sci-fi phone ring on my cell phone, now every time I hear it, I get very, I get nervous that it's gonna be work calling me. So, and it happened earlier while I was in the middle of, because I wanted to, today was really important that I get to stay home, because I'm trying to read, like, our latest book we're reading for class is now Canterbury Tales. And I want to at least try to get one of the stories that she already told us we were going to read, get that one out of the way, get it read. The good news is I'm on the last part, but it's still pretty long, and it's not the most exciting book. I mean, they're kind of interesting, and this story particularly is a little exciting because it's about a knight. These two guys are both in love with a girl, and they want to fight for her, and so it kind of reflects a story that you see in a modern historical fiction, or historical YA fiction. But anyway, so I am Jackie, and this is Jack Literary Corner. And as I've said in the past, it's not Jack's Literary Corner, because I worry that that's the last change I'll be able to make to my name. Because Google, I will change it on Google, and they said you only get a certain amount of times. So it's just Jack Literary Corner, even though grammatically that is not correct. And it is Top 5 Wednesday time! Yay! If you are new to Top 5 Wednesday, it is a Goodreads group created by Ginger Reads Laney and Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and is now hosted by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. And in the each month, Sam will give us a set of topics to do each Wednesday, and we will pick our top 5 to answer for that topic. And this week's topic is, let's see. Dang it. Your top 5 favorite books featuring paranormal, is that right? Yeah. Featuring paranormal creatures. I'm not going to show any of the books because most of them I don't have anyway. Like, a couple of them I do have, but, really only a couple of them. As in, literally, so I'm not going to even show the books, I'm just going to talk about them. Okay, so the first one I chose, and this one was debatable because she's described as a creature, but she's not. She's actually humanoid. And it kind of has a little bit of magical realism going on there in the story. And that is Sue Monkton. I hate how I say that. Her last name. Monkton from The Ocean at the End of the Lane. So, if you read the book, you know that she's technically a human, but in the little boy, the protagonist's mind, she is actually a creature that snuck in through another world via his foot, and has taken on human form. But in reality, she is a human. She's a woman. She's actually a woman that is sleeping with his dad. And, the best way for him to process that is through, he imagines that she is a literal monster. And she does kind of treat him crappily. She's horrible to him. I think she prefers little girls over little boys. She spoils his sister, but she treats the boy like shit. I mean, she's not abusive or anything per se, but she's not exactly nice to him. Of course, the problem with this book is it's from a little boy's perspective, so it's it could be her meanness could be exaggerated, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure of that. Although, there's one thing that she has his father do to him that I'm like, wow, that's kind of evil. But anyway, so that one's a little bit of a debatable thing. I don't know if you would consider, I mean, like I said, in his mind, he sees her, the best way to understand, process everything is in his mind, she is a creature. A creature that came in through his foot. She burrowed into his foot and then slipped out. And I guess took human form. So, anyway. So I know that one's a bit much, but okay. So the next one is actually a book that I still have, but I've decided well, actually it's a series. I've decided that as much, and I do love the series. I mean, I really do. I enjoyed the series, but I don't have the room, and I want to buy new books. I'm gonna keep buying books. I don't. Yes, I know I could go to the library, but I also like to actually collect and keep my books so I can read them when I want, and when I can reread them if I want to. I actually like to keep my books. I don't want to have to keep borrowing them and then having to return them. That's why I prefer buying books and collecting them. And so, what was I gonna say? But this particular series, as much as I genuinely love the series. And I almost feel like I have to defend that because, I have a very good reason why. But it's like, sometimes in the back of my mind, I can't help but think, I keep worrying that, what if people think, oh, you're just saying that you love it, but really you don't, because the fact that you're giving it away and you won't keep it, even though you collect books, that obviously means you really don't love it. Of course, that's stupid, because it's like, I know me. I know my thinking. I know what I'm thinking with this book, so it doesn't matter what other people think. This problem is I'm I'm an insecure person. But I'm referring to the Raven cycle, and the creatures I'm referring to in that are ghosts. There are quite a few ghosts in the stories, and there's also psychics too, which is another, but those aren't creatures. So, but as far as paranormal, there's quite a few ghosts in the story, and I think that's really cool. I think there's technically are those, I don't know. Really, there's technically only one ghost. But still, the whole idea of ghost, and of course, there's not the only one. Like, I came up with this list before, but I just read the Graveyard book, so that would be a better example of ghost, and the cool things that they can do and everything. It's like a really cool, they can move through walls, they can scare people. Once they obtain a certain control over their emotions, they can move things with their mind. It's ghosts, I think, are really cool. And the idea of being able to see your loved ones, you don't want them to suffer, so you don't want them to stay for long, but the idea of seeing their ghost even for a moment it's kind of nice. So that's the second one I chose. Ghost. And then the next one is a shapeshifter. I'm referring to shapeshifters. And that is it. And Pennywise the Clown. Pennywise takes the fear of whatever you are afraid of, which is absolutely terrifying. And he can take the form of a werewolf, a vampire, a dead body, that's come like a zombie, a leper, in the case of one character in the book, a clown. That's his favorite. That's actually, I don't know, I think, I can't remember his brother's, Peter, Peter's the American guy, the one who played Pennywise in the most recent iteration had said that he found out that, or at least in his mind, he figured that the clown was its favorite form. So he takes the form of the clown quite a bit. But, it can take the form of, if you're afraid of some painting or something, which, again, another character in the story, he's afraid of this creepy little painting, and it takes the form of the thing in the painting. Or, basically whatever scares you the most. That's when it will take the form of. And so, the fact that it can do that is really terrifying. It's like, whatever you are afraid of, it will come after you in that form. It's what you fear. The thing you fear the most. But still, the idea of shape-shifting, I think, is a really cool concept. I think the idea of being able to change form into something or into someone is kind of cool. And, But, and this also could apply to a demon, because in a way he's also kind of a demon, a demonic creature. But I said shapeshifter. And then, next one I said, now I actually don't think this one counts now that I think about it. And that is the, well, I guess, yeah, kind of doesn't. And that is the Castor Chronicles, which I'm referring to the witches. But I don't know if that really counts as a creature, because they're not paranormal creatures. But there are paranormal creatures in the Castor Chronicles. I mean, like, ghost, mostly, and demons, like incubi and succubus. But I was referring to the witches, so I guess it doesn't really count. But you know what? I'm, like I said last time, the last one I did, who cares? It's my thing. I can do whatever I want. And I don't think Sam's gonna come after me and lecture me and be like, that's not a paranormal creature. I mean, that would be stupid. This is just for fun, and that would ruin it for people if, even when she says, is referring to, request on there before she puts the, request that you try not to talk about Harry Potter. If you want to talk about Harry Potter, it's fine. She's not going to get mad at you. She just requests that you don't. The problem is, last year, there was some, I think it was last year, I remember there were some people who were pitching a hissy fit because she said, please don't include Harry Potter in your answers. And it's like, oh my god, she's not going to come after you if you choose Harry Potter. She's just saying that because Harry Potter could apply to anything. Like, friend groups, father figures, mother figures, favorite bad villain or whatever, or, you can use Harry Potter for almost anything. Like, any topic, almost any topic. I'm sure there's some that you can use Harry Potter for, but, so she just wants us to mix it up, and unfortunately Harry Potter is one of those popular, really hyped series, because, in my personal opinion, it's really good and deserves it. There might be a small group of people that don't agree. But anyway, so I don't think it's not like she's gonna come after you and be like, you shouldn't have done that, you weren't supposed to do that. Or she's gonna give you a bad grade or something. I'm sorry, it just kind of bugs me when people are, we're pitching a hissy fit that, oh, you said we're not allowed to include Harry Potter. Okay, so where was I? Okay, like I said, I'm saying about Castor Chronicles and witches. And witches are they're so cool, and just the power they have. I went through a witch phase. I always wanted to be a witch and everything. And, not as in, I'm a Wiccan, but as in, how it is in fantasy and stuff. I thought the witches were really cool and badass and everything and had awesome powers. And the Wiccan and pagan religion, because it is considered a religion, the whole idea of, I don't think there's anything wrong with worshiping nature, and I think Christians, and I say this as a Christian, demonize. And this is just my opinion, okay? So if there's any people on here that are watching my videos, this is just my opinion, so don't come after me with pitchforks, okay? I'm not gonna, just because I have this opinion does not mean that I'm gonna impact anything. So, if you don't want to follow me anymore because of that, if you happen to be a Christian and don't like the pagan religion and don't, are all like, oh, that's so evil and devil worship, then fine, I'm just talking here, okay? I'm just sharing my opinion. And it's just my opinion. It's not fact. I'm not saying that's fact. It's just my thoughts on it and what I've learned about it. Okay, so it's, again, don't. Anyway, let me get off that topic. Okay, so yeah, they're technically not creatures, but I think witches are found in paranormal fiction. and it's just, they're just, I always thought they were really cool. Okay, so next, the last one I said is, I'm referring to the host and the aliens in the host. I think they are just so cool. And I love how in that book, and yes, I know it's the same author who wrote Twilight and everything, and I know automatically because she happened to be the same author who wrote Twilight, people are going to dismiss the book. I mean, but there are plenty of people who hated Twilight or just didn't like Twilight and loved the host. It's an improvement, okay? So don't, and you can't fairly pass a judgment on if you hadn't read the book. So, of course, you know, I tend to do that with 50 Shades of Grey, and I have not read it. So I guess I have no room to talk. But I mean, I'm not like constantly bashing the book. Like, when I hear things about it, I can't even fathom why people love this book. But, I am not constantly bashing it, so I think you can have an opinion and not like something. I mean, so yeah, you can have an opinion and not like something and, be critical of it. But, don't go bashing the book, or rejecting it. So I guess if you don't want to read The Host, that's fine. If you think, oh, it's, Stephenie Meyer. I mean, I feel like that's a little unfair, but, like I said, I guess I can't really talk. But anyway, so back to the point of this top five topic. I think the aliens are really cool in this series because they're not just like, we're gonna invade you and we're gonna take over and kill you humans if you don't let us control you. Like, most of the time aliens are seen as bad guys. Although I think in the classic sci-fi movie, The Earth Stood Still, I don't think the aliens are necessarily bad guys in that one. I mean, I haven't read it. I haven't seen that one, but from the little bit I know, I think they're not supposed to be bad guys. But yeah, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, aliens are seen as bad guys. They're invading Earth, they're taking over, and they're gonna kill us all, and all that kind of stuff. And what's great about this is that, or not necessarily they want to kill us, sometimes they just want to play with us and experiment on us. And if we die in the process, who cares? They don't care. But what's great about this story is the aliens have their own perspective, and they're actually harmless. They just want to live among us peacefully. And that's what I like about these aliens. And plus, they're actually kind of pretty when you see their true form. And they have the capability of experiencing human emotions because they've done this so many times. I mean, that they're able to adapt to other races, and that's what these alien creatures do. I can't remember what the souls or something. I can't remember what they're called, but I know that they're referred to souls. They're referred to as souls, but I can't remember the actual name. But it's so, and like every race, including humans, they have your bad ones too. So the woman who was kind of running things is a bit evil and, controlling, wants to take things over, and for the greater good. But like I said, most of the aliens are peaceful, and they don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to, there's some of them that are influenced by the villain character in the story, but other than that, they're actually, like I said, they're peaceful, and so it's a different take on the whole alien story. And of course, there's the typical YA tropes the host does, but what I love about it is it took a different approach to aliens. And and some of her tropes are, some of the things in Twilight that were bad that she kind of improves on in the host. I wonder if she's going to write anymore. Now, I am curious if she's going to write another book. I know that a while back she was going to write A Midnight Sun, which is Twilight from Edward's perspective, but I kind of I'm curious, but at the same time, I kind of want to see her do something different. And I don't even think that's gonna happen anymore. I mean, it might, because but I think the reason is because someone kind of spoiled the book. But then again, it's like it's not gonna. We know the basic story. You know, it's not gonna be a different story. We're just getting Edward's perspective unless we get his backstory, more of his backstory. But anyway, but yeah, the aliens and the hosts, I really like those. So those are my top 5 paranormal creatures. Or top favorite books featuring paranormal creatures. Like I said in the past, some of those are reaching, but you know what? I don't care. So, I mean, it's not like Sam is gonna come after me and tell me I'm wrong. So, if you guys, feel free in the comment section below, why don't you share what your favorite books with paranormal creatures are? If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and click subscribe if you haven't already liked this video. And I hope, as always, you all are enjoying your reading, and I will talk to you all later. Alright, bye!